Back and forth we go, keeping the bottom scraped so it does not scorch.
Hi, and we welcome you to Hershberger's Miracle Homestead.
Hi, and welcome to the kitchen action today. I am Martha, and we are going to be making supper tonight. Warm chocolate pudding, and guess what with it? For supper, a main meal. Fish sticks and flounder, either or. Warm chocolate pudding with fish. It's what Mom learned from Dad's side of the family. They lived at the beach, and they loved warm chocolate pudding and fish, and that's what we have learned to love too. But we use the fish sticks, and the flounder. I will stick these back in the freezer while we put the chocolate pudding together. I will pull you in so we can go across the ingredients and get started. Okay, the ingredients we need are milk, all-purpose flour, sugar, and this is also sugar, and you'll see why in a minute, cocoa, egg white, egg yolk, and vanilla. Okay, to get started, one trick we have to pass along: when heating milk, it scorches very easy. Before I turn the heat on, this is part of the sugar that we need in the recipe, and this is the other. I save this out. This sugar, spread evenly in the cold milk before you turn the burner on. Now, do not stir this. Leave everything out of it. Do not stir it. You can turn it on a high heat. This goes up to number 5. I'll put it at number 4, maybe 4.5. So while that heats up, we will put some of these other things together. The vanilla comes in at the very end after it's off of the heat, so I'll just set it aside completely. I don't want to spill it. Also, the egg white and the egg yolk we have separated, because this will be a whipped egg white that you can put a little dollop on top of your chocolate pudding if you want. And then the rest of this stuff I will put together: sugar, your all-purpose flour, your cocoa. I like to give this a little mix together. Egg yolk and milk together. I'll beat this up a little bit. The egg is an optional thing. If you don't want to put the whipped egg white on top of the chocolate pudding, then the pudding isn't going to miss one egg yolk. This, you just mix the rest of this milk in with these dry ingredients. And then you add this milk. Mix this until it's combined very well. So it's ready to pour into this when you want to heat the milk until the verge of a boil. Because once this goes in, then guess what? You get to stand there and stir and stir and stir. So you let the milk get as hot as possible without boiling before you add this, so you don't have to stand so long stirring. Okay, that's mixed good enough. And you want to stir it every once in a while, because there is a settling that wants to go to the bottom. And then I have this out ready to go as well, because this is what I'll do to stir it once this is added. I'm going to see how long that I actually stir it. I'll go ahead and start it now, so I don't have to take time to do that once it's going. So this will count up by the seconds. It's going up instead of a timer coming down. Oh, I wanted to show you. I have not touched it now. There is no scorching at all. And now, I better get this in and get to stirring. Okay, back and forth we go, keeping the bottom scraped so it does not scorch. Otherwise, you'll have scorched chocolate pudding. This was a dish that Mom learned from Dad's side of the family, and there was something else that she learned from Dad's side of the family. Mom's family grew up and they basically all they had at mealtime to drink was water. And Dad's side of the family, they loved the sweet iced tea. And so when they got married, when Mom and Dad got married, Mom had them teach her how to make iced tea. so she could have iced tea for Dad that he would enjoy. Thought I'd touch base with y'all. For y'all, I know it's been a second, but for me, it's been 22 minutes standing here. I can feel it thickening up, and I think we're on the homeward stretch with it. I did turn the heat down. I have been stirring for 23 minutes. And I cut my burner off. If I quit stirring, it's bubbling a little bit, so now we remove it from the heat. And as you can see, this kettle doesn't have handles anymore. And we probably could get it fixed, but here, let me put the vanilla in first and then I'll talk. Just pour the vanilla in and stir it in good. And I could use a different kettle, but this kettle has so many memories wrapped around it. This is the kettle that my mama stood over many a time, doing chocolate pudding or tapioca or cooking potatoes in here. This was my mom's kettle. And the handles came off for her sometime or other and they never replaced them. So I now have the privilege of having her kettle. Or we have the privilege of having her kettle. Okay, that's done. Another tip I'll pass along is taking foil, saran wrap, and putting it down that it hits the top of the pudding. Anytime you have hot pudding cooling down, the very top will thicken and create what we call a skin. But if you put saran wrap on it, that's actually touching it, that prevents the skin from forming. Need a little bit more on each side here. Sister-in-law loves the skin, so she lets the saran wrap off because she loves to eat the skin just like that. We beat the egg white till it's a soft peak. We'll add a dash of sugar and a couple drops of vanilla. And we just keep our vanilla in these jars because it's a lot easier to get out and faster to get it out than having to do it out of the bottle. So just whip this up now. There we go. Okay, here's the egg white. You might think that's very little egg white to serve as part of the meal, and you are correct, except for the fact that Dorothy will be the only one eating it. I don't really, it never tempted me to taste it, so I can't say I don't like it. I never tasted it, and Dorothy's over there chuckling. But we used to always make it for Dad because he loved it. And when we were going to film this, I told Dorothy, I think I'm going to make some egg white because Dad liked the egg white on the chocolate pudding. So, well, she does too. So that was a double whammy. We could do this for you all and then also for Dorothy. It was her birthday. And this is actually her birthday meal. We can't all go out to eat together. So we either bring something in or make something that we enjoy. So we're about to plate up with a good birthday meal. All right, there you have it, folks. Dorothy's birthday meal, chocolate pudding and fish. And she has the whipped egg whites on her chocolate pudding, and I don't. So it can be either or.
Don't I have a sweet sister? I know I'm going to enjoy my supper.
And I have a sweet sister, too. And Buddy is limited to chocolate, so we also have some potatoes, and he did some red beets for him. So, we're going to chow down.
Our brother Buddy was brain damaged at birth. He's epileptic and nonverbal. He's always been a very special part of our family. We included him in the Golden Thought as a way of encouraging anyone who has a special needs person in their life.
Hi, and I welcome you to the Golden Thought of this episode. I am Martha, and I'm here with our brother, my twin brother, Marvin, and he's better known as Buddy. He's been Buddy for years and years and years, ever since he's a little lad. Isn't that right, Buddy? Yes. The golden thought for today is short and powerful. Praying for someone is like wrapping them in a blanket of God's love. And you can do that and they don't even know it. You can pray for someone. Many a times people are prayed for and they have no idea. And then other times it's nice to know that they are being prayed for. Recently someone was in tears as they shared with me that a friend of theirs not only told them that they're praying for them, but they specifically asked, how can I pray for you? So if God leads you to ask someone, how can I pray for you? Or just to give them a pat on the back, I'm praying for you. Or just in the quietness of your own home, but they don't even know it. I'm praying for you. You're wrapping them in God's love. Thank you for joining us today. We hope you've been blessed. We hope you've been inspired. Thank you, and God bless. Ain't that right, buddy? Yes, sir. You can shake my hand. All right, buddy. Shake my hand. That's good. That's good.